Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Vermont House Committee on Commerce and Economic Development. It is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026 at 1:20 in the afternoon. So this afternoon, we have the honor of having Director General Lau from Boston office of the Taipei Economic Cultural Office in Boston. Every year, we've been had the privilege of having you or someone from your office come and chat with us about the economic ties between Vermont and Taiwan, and of course our friendship as well. And so we're pleased to have you join us this afternoon. Thank you, and we look forward to having a discussion with you.
Thank you. Yeah. The Chair, McCollum, and the Vice Chair, Granny, and all the distinguished members, good afternoon. Yeah, it is truly my great honor to be here again. Today's trip is my 7th trip back to Vermont, and every time I enjoy a lot, so thank you so much. And today I would like to give you a little, briefing about the Taiwan-US economic relationship, and also maybe touch upon the Taiwan-Vermont, economic relation, trade relations, of course. So, I believe, you are all aware that Taiwan and the US, we have enjoyed very strong, very robust relationship in terms of trade, economy, or our educational or people to people exchange. But especially recently, we see that our trade relations has growing significantly in the past few years. 2024, Taiwan was the 7th largest trading partner of the US, and the US was the 2nd largest trading partner of Taiwan. But last year we did it better. Last year, I know the number right now, I don't have the exactly total number right now, but from last January to last November, I saw the numbers that the trade between two sides is surging around 35%. So I believe that last year, 2025, will have hit another record high in terms of the trade between our two sides. So, and also that in the educational front, we see that our Taiwanese students come to the US, the total number increased last year. Although the whole number of the international students come to the US decreased, but Taiwanese students, we have more students come to the US. Yeah, last year we have around 25,000 students come to the US. Yeah, in New England area, roughly we have 1,500 to 2,000, around that number. But most of them, study in Boston area in Massachusetts, right? So,
you have any more students in Norwich University?
Norwich are still the same. Every year we send 7 to 10 students to Norwich. Yeah, yeah. But we do see some new students come to New England area because of the scholarship. Yeah, also vice versa. Yeah, because I know last year we conducted another round of high ranking meetings between Taiwan and the US. So we started to increase the scholarship for students on two sides. So we see that number will increase in the near future also. Yeah. So in terms of Vermont, yeah, last year I remember I was here and I told you that last year we were the number 2 trading partner export market for Vermont globally. So I wish we can become number 1, but I don't know the number yet. But as I mentioned, the overall picture, Taiwan-US, our trade, surging 35%. So I believe that the Taiwan and Vermont, our trade is also increased. Yeah, due to the whole, environment. Because the major products we buy from Vermont is computer and electronic products, especially from the Global Foundry and some other high-tech company. So based on that assumption, I believe that our trade will increase. Yeah. So, and also the purpose of our visit this time is, we try to see any opportunities. How can we strengthen that kind of a very robust friendship into another level? So we think about maybe you can find any ways, including like your administration can have a delegation to visit Taiwan, or even set up a trade office in Taiwan, or you can have someone represent Vermont in Taiwan to promote Vermont. That would be a good, chance for us to further deepen our trade relation. Yeah, because now in the past 2 years, we see that there is a growing trend for the foreign investment come to the US, especially from Taiwanese company. So we believe that this is a golden opportunities for Vermont, yeah, to promote that kind of relationship between the two sides. Yeah. But also I understand that, some other states in the US, they are very aggressive and they're very creative, try to promote themselves. Yeah, but because my office, I covered only 5 states in New England. So I hope that we can work together to bring some Chinese companies or new investment to your state. Yeah, that's the purpose of my visit today. And lastly, I want to thank all of you for passing the resolution to support Taiwan in the past few years. I know they may look like words on paper, but for us, it means a lot, especially during a time that we are facing, increasingly straight from the other side of Taiwan Strait. So your support, give us more confidence when we are dealing with an authoritarian regime. So on behalf of the government and people of Taiwan, I just want to say thank you again for all your friendship and your support. Yeah, thank you. Then I will let Jennifer to give you more detail. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Director General and Chair McCart, Vice Chair Guanin, and whole House Commerce Committee. I'm very pleased too. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation. It's been freezingly cold, and right now today, we have the opportunity together to explore the possibility of reopening a Vermont State office in Taiwan. Opening a Vermont State office in Taiwan would not be new territory for the state. Vermont had an office there in Taiwan from 2000 to 2010. The results speak for themselves. In 2000, Vermont export to Taiwan totaled $93 million. Just 4 years later, the figure has surged to $511 million. That was nearly a 6-fold increase. The office was ultimately closed, not because it failed, but because of budget pressure, as well as priority shift after 2008 financial crisis. We are here today because we want to show you the scouting report has changed. It's a new ball game. And here we have to indicate 3 things. First, it's about cost and the global environment. Second, it's about momentum. Third, about new investment. To beginning with, cost is no longer a barrier. Do you have any wide idea about how much does it cost to have a local office in Taiwan? For just $75,000 per annually, $75,000 annually, you can run a functioning local office in Taiwan. That figure covers rent, which is $125 because my government subsidized 75% of that, and also another $1,000 per month for professional staff there. This is a package solution, as well as key trade show and exhibition throughout the year. But more importantly, the global environment has already changed. The supply chain today cares about resilience, security, trusted partner, rather than just cost. Taiwan sits at the heart of advanced manufacturing and semiconductor sector that the United States consider critical. And Vermont, what strengths Vermont does have? Beside education, you have life science, you have aerospace, you have green energy, you have semiconductor. The industries from the two sides should be able to align together. And second, I'll talk about momentum. The momentum is already there. Since 2018, 8 years after the office closed, Taiwan has been Vermont's second largest export market for 7 consecutive years. So that's a winning streak that speaks for itself. And third, I will talk about new investment. Starting from 2026, Taiwan government about to invest $250 billion in building new production facilities and industrial park in the United States, focusing on semiconductor, AI industries, as well as green energies. My government will also provide another $250 billion for credit guarantee for enterprises, small and medium enterprise, established firms, startup. If they want to expand their footprints in the United States, the $250 billion will go to them. So I will take a concrete example about TSMC. But before I proceed, I would like to know if you have any questions.
Questions for Jennifer at this point?
Just a small correction. That $250 billion investment is from our companies, not from the government. Yeah, that's from our tech companies. Yeah, that's their commitment.
Can you go over the cost figures again for opening the house?
Okay, the $75,000. The lowest price is $75,000 USD. All right, so we would like to take TSMC, for example. All of you know that TSMC already committed $165 billion in building new ecosystem in the United States, which constitute 2 wafer fabs, six wafer fabs, 2 advanced packaging facilities, and 1 research phase to meet the demand of surging AI need. But that's just TSMC. Hundreds of companies in the semiconductor supply chain are going to follow, downstream and upstream, established firms and industrial leaders like Foxconn, like Foxconn, Inventec, Wistron, Pegatron. And MediaTek, they are expected to follow. They want to build industries here and there. And I think Vermont need to be at the table. Vermont need to have a say instead of watching people talking about investment. And if you don't just look at Vermont, you look at other states right now. If you look at other states in the United States, in 2020, we only have 6 state offices in Taiwan, just 6. But after that, since then, the momentum keep on accelerating. Each year, we get 3 to 5 state offices open in Taiwan. In 2024 alone, we have New York, New Jersey, Michigan, Texas, Indiana open offices in Taiwan. In 2025, we have Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Iowa open office there. So just in past 3 years, we can have of all the trade office in Taiwan. If you just look at the map, Vermont is very small, but it has its location is strategic. If you from Burlington International Airport, you can go to New York, Boston, Montreal in no time. It offers big city assets without big city price tag. And also, you may challenge me that Vermont has no industrial cluster, and I have to partially agree. Although Vermont has no industrial cluster here, no massive industrial cluster like Arizona or Texas. But you do have strong ties with Taiwan, like Anlogic. Anlogic as a company manufacture industrial computer here, but it relies heavily on the components engineering and supply chain support from Taiwan. And you also know that TSMC last year, November, TSMC just signed a gallium nitride licensing agreement with GlobalFoundries to speed up next generation semiconductor development. So all of this make us think we need to enhance the partnership between Vermont and Taiwan.
I have another question from Representative Hoover.
Hello. I am attending remotely today, and it's nice to see you both. And thank you for being here today. My question pertains to other industries where Vermont is a leader, or Vermont businesses are leaders in advanced plastics manufacturing, in medical device manufacturing. And my interest is in Taiwan's appetite outside of the semiconductor industry for sort of expanding the shoulders of the partnership that we're discussing today. Thank you.
Yeah, besides, thank you for the question. Actually, we are exploring that any kind of cooperation between different industries. Of course, currently we see that in Vermont, you already have that kind of high-tech ecosystem, a growing ecosystem here, like Jennifer just mentioned, GlobalFoundries and the new tech. Yeah. Also, Taiwan we are focused on the biotech and also green energy industry right now. It's also two of our, priorities for the government. And I believe also in these two areas, we can see that potential for two sides to work together on those two sides. Yeah. I know, in Vermont, maybe, every state have their own strengths. Here, your strengths, I believe, like she mentioned, strategic location. Also, you have the foundation for the high-tech ecosystem here. You already have that, which other states they don't have. So I believe that we can base, your own strengths and own industry right now. We can think about the way to explore that kind of a partnership. Yeah. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I would like to emphasize the importance of local presence in Taiwan. Right now, 50 states in the United States, they are competing for investment. So where will those investment go? If I were an investor in Taiwan, I would naturally go to the states which has a local presence in Taiwan, because once I have questions, I have problem, I can directly make a phone call to understand what should I do next at next step. I don't understand the tax incentive in Vermont. I don't understand the regulatory landscape of Vermont. Why should I invest in Vermont? That's there's a lot of crisis if I'm not familiar with that, and I need a local guidance to that. So that's why we cannot emphasize the importance of local presence more. Some people challenge me, say that you can, for the New England area, you should have an office together, like in New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, a regional trade office. But I'll tell you, time does not wait for people. Starting from this year and next year, Taiwanese government, they want to invest $250 billion into the United States, another $250 billion for financial support. When will they make the decision? Right now, they don't make a decision after 2 years or just after 1 year. They make a decision right now. And if Vermont do not have a presence in Taiwan, the investment conversation will naturally go to the big state like Arizona and Texas. And also, if you want to form a regional trade investment office, that takes a long time. Like leadership decisions, legislative timeline, staffing, everything takes time. And the only thing you do not have is time. So that's my takeaway about regional trade office and Vermont individual state office. I do not say regional state office is not good. I say if we have a Vermont individual state office, we can have immediate achievement. And after we have the immediate achievement, we can consider about the regional platform. And I'm not speculate about the achievement Vermont can achieve, because just like what I said before, Vermont once had an office there, and just in 4 years, the result was six-fold increase, the figure, six-fold increase. So I have no doubt that if Vermont had an office again, it can achieve something better to attract more investment. And once you have more investment into your states, you will create jobs, you will increase wages, you actually increase your tax base, so that when you generate more revenue, those money can go to education, health, and anything you care about. So right now, if we just talk about how to allocate Vermont's budget, it's dividing the pie mindset. And sometimes you end up robbing Peter to pay Paul. But if you think about attracting new investment into the states, it's a growing the pie mindset, because you attract outside money into fund yourself. And so my direct general and I, the most important trips purpose for our trips is to explore this possibility. I know it takes time, but so first we can think about have economic and investment trade MOU first, and then that maybe take a couple of weeks, and then we go to push for the execution of a Vermont state office. Yeah, and right now I think we need your help, because there's a problem about legal authority. I know there's a legal authority before. It's Vermont Title 10, Chapter 4, World Trade Office Affair, and that was repealed in 2009. So we need a legal authority, and then we need the Agency of Commerce to work with us, and also the legislature to work with us to make this happen.
So, is there, how many other states in the Northeast have an office in town?
In New England, no, none of them. Although we already have 25 states set up their office in town, but none of them in New England. That's why I have a lot of pressures. I'm not doing a good job, let's say, you know.
There we go. And are there any issues? Are there any issues around, state, federal authority? We have an interesting sort of federal and state kind of relationship just baked into our Constitution. So are there any issues in terms of getting permission from the federal government to do something?
Not at all. Actually, the federal government, they are very encouraging. All the states to deepen their educational, trade, economic ties with Taiwan. I know every year they have a joint letter from State Department and the Department of Education and also Department of Agriculture. They send a joint letter to the 50 governors to encourage, every state to increase, their engagement with Taiwan. I believe the governor, Phil Scott, he received that later. Every year. But following, Jennifer, her presentation, I would suggest that maybe, the first step we can do is that we can encourage the officials from your Department of Commerce. They can, visit Taiwan to exchange with their counterpart in Taiwan and to see the firsthand environment in Taiwan. And I believe they will have a clear picture of what they can do. Maybe that will be the first step I recommend. Because I understand, budget is always the question, especially during a time now, federal funding, has been cut for almost every state. So I can totally understand that would be a difficult time to allocate, another budget for setting up an office overseas. So maybe I think that your officials from the Department of Commerce, they can do some evaluation first to see if there's any way, if in a short term, we cannot set up an office, maybe they can a partnership with any other existing, trade office from other state. You can share, I know some state, they share office or they share representative. Yeah, but it's just maybe another, option.
Other questions for Jennifer?
If I remember correctly, the Taiwanese government subsidy for these trade office is limited, is it
Yeah.
time limited?
Yes, right.
So it's for how, 2 years, 1 year, and then the cost changes? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a phase subsidy. So for the first 2 years, it's subsidized for 75%. And after the 2 years, starting from the third year, I think it's 60%. And then the first or 5 years is 50%. But it decreased gradually. But that doesn't matter because think about what you can get from this representative office. If this trade office can attract a lot of investment, create more jobs into Vermont, that benefit totally cover the cost that might incur.
Yeah, I think the main idea is that how can we send a signal from Vermont to Taiwanese business community that here in Vermont, we are welcome all the business come to our state. And what do we have here? What kind of incentive or what kind of strength we have here? Then they can think about, the future opportunities. Otherwise, maybe they never heard about Vermont, why I should go there, right? But like I mentioned, you have good universities here, and you have existing, high-tech ecosystem already, some good companies here. Yeah, so I see that the potential is there. Yeah. But first, I believe you have to send a signal and to promote your own state here. Yeah.
And we are working on a GAN Tech Hub through the University of Vermont, partner with Global Foundries. So that is in development right now, which is another factor in bringing.
Right. Jonathan?
Thanks much. Did I understand, Jennifer, the figure that I heard was $75,000 when you spoke earlier?
Yeah, correct. $75,000
Annually.
Annually, yes. Annually, yes.
Is that reflecting, I might be mixing up some things here. Is that reflecting the 75% subsidy that steps down that you were referring to?
The 75% subsidy is for the rent, for the office rent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Questions? Director General Jennifer, thank you for joining us today. We certainly appreciate it. It's an honor to have you in our committee and talking with us about our ties and how we can strengthen those ties. And I think at 2 o'clock, we have Secretary Curley from the Agency of Commerce will be with us. We can mention the discussion that we had with you about thinking about an office and having an office back into Taipei, like we used to have. And I think we can certainly have a discussion with Vermont Chamber of Commerce as well. Maybe there could be a partnership that is built between the state and the Chamber of Commerce. So we thank you for bringing that to us and certainly appreciate having you with us today. Michael?
Can you send this to us, the presentation?
Oh, you mean the file?
Yeah.
Of course, definitely.
Thank you.
So who should I send to? Send to,
If you send it to me, I'll send it to you.
all right. Okay, I'll do that after we, go back to Boston. Okay,
Thank you.
And then once again, Chair and everyone, thank you for the opportunity here today. Yeah, we do appreciate that. And I will, my office, we will try our best to promote the bilateral relations between two sides. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. I think we can go off live and we'll be back at 2:00 for the Agency of Commerce discussion, budget discussion.